All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And evidently yesterday, when I did the last lecture, I inadvertently left the recorder off. So I'm re-recording a couple lessons here at the end of the day. This is the end of the Chapter 2 lesson for our book, Murox HTML5 and CSS3. And this is the last section of the chapter, how to test, debug, and validate HTML and CSS files. And I know we talked about this yesterday, but let's just very quickly, I'm going to type in here HTML Validator. Whoops, Validator. And then I'm also going to come in and type in CSS Validator. All right, and with the first one, we want the one that comes up first, the W3C Markup Validation Service, if you need it. Brought this up yesterday. I don't want to use that. But it's right here. It's just at validator.w3.org. So again, this is the HTML Validator. All right, so let's start with that one. There are there are two main ways that you will set this up to validate. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab the website that we worked on yesterday. And if you remember, that was this one. And we did add another page in here. Okay, I don't know why it's not picking up my CSS. I don't really care right now because I'm more concerned with this. So here's the file, index.html. So let me just bring it up. I'll bring it up in a different editor. Oh, no. So I'm not sure, like I said, but I will do a Control-A, Control-C, which will highlight all of it and copy it to the clipboard. Then I'm going to come in to my validator and click on the button that says Validate by Direct Input, and I'm going to paste it in. And once I do that, I click the check button, and it comes up and it says Document checking complete, no warnings to show. Now, I could introduce some errors in here, and I did this yesterday. So that's what I'm going to quickly do here. So I'm going to come back into here, and where I've got this, I'm going to remove the lang equals en. Remember, that's our language equal English. Now, this will generate not an error, but a warning. And it's telling me warnings are in yellow, and it's even showing me where it is. Consider adding a lang attribute. All right, it's a warning because it still validates, but the recommendation is that you don't do it that way. All right, so I'll put that back in here. And of course, once I do, that'll go away. Then I went in and I went into my H1 tag here and I removed the ending H1 tag. And that actually generates three different errors. The first error is, so it'll tell me basically that I don't have, well, the first error that it'll give me is I can't put a P tag inside of an H1 tag. That's not legal to do. And it thinks I'm trying to do it because there's no ending H1 tag. Then I get another error that it's reached the ending body tag, and it says, hey, you've got a tag that wasn't closed, and that's the H1 tag. Finally, it'll tell me my H1 tag wasn't closed. So like I said, I left it off right here. I click check, and it'll generate three errors. Errors are in pink. I guess 4 errors. Number 1, P is not allowed inside of an H1 element. Number 2, figure is not allowed inside of an H1 element because I put a figure tag in there. Number 3, the P tag is not allowed. It looks very similar to the first error. And finally, heading cannot be a child of another heading. So it does show me in here where the problems are. You would say, well, it doesn't show you this. Yeah, but it says you got a P and there's no ending here. Same thing with the figure. All right, so it thinks you're trying to put a figure, a P tag, an H1, and really a UL inside of that H1 tag, which of course is not permissible. So if I just come back in here and simply add that H1 tag back again and check, then everything, whoops, well, maybe I put it in the wrong place. Equals N. H1, oh, I didn't put the end. Oh, different error. Need the slash before it. So you saw that generated the same type of errors. Now there are no errors. Now, if I don't want to do it that way, I don't have to. Another way of doing it there is, instead of doing the direct input, is to do a file upload. So you click on file upload, you choose the file, which is back at my desktop. It's website 2, and it's the index file. I can do it that way and click check. Boom, same thing. You might think that's cleaner because it shows it a little cleaner way. Then you do it that way, totally fine. Now, with the other validator, which is the CSS validator, that is out here, almost the same URL, except it has the word jigsaw in it. So that's it here. And where this is the HTML validator, all right, see if I can just move that over and make this smaller. This one again is the CSS validator. So that is jigsaw.w3.org/CSS validator. And it works the same way. So I can go in with my direct input. I can go back here into my program. This time I'm going to do a file open, and in my CSS, there's my styles.css. There wasn't much in here, but I can grab that and put it in. And again, you'll notice it's when I click check, I get this thing basically that it's been WC3C approved. Congratulations, no errors found. And if I don't want to do it that way, just like we did before with the HTML validation, I can click by file upload, choose file, go into my CSS, find styles.css, and click check. No errors found. Basically, I get the same thing right there. And I believe that was everything that we had left for Chapter 2. So I'm going to stop the lecture here and come back, and in a separate lecture do the Chapter 3. So I'll be back with that momentarily.